All right, so you want to talk about manifestation. Let's deep dive into it. We've got all sorts of sources here, some kind of mystical, some more scientific.
Oh yeah, it's a fascinating topic.
Plus, we've got some practical advice from an actual manifestation coach, so get ready to take some notes.
People often think it's all just wishing and poof, you get what you want. But it's not quite that simple. It's more about aligning your thoughts and actions and your emotions.
So, like, it's more than just wishful thinking.
Exactly. It's like tuning a radio. You have to be on the right frequency to pick up the signal, to hear the opportunities, you know?
Okay, that makes sense. I like that analogy. But isn't that the whole idea behind the law of attraction? Is that just one part of it?
You're right. The law of attraction is definitely a part of it, but it's not the whole story. Lots of people think that if they just, think positive thoughts, things will magically appear. But manifestation requires more than that. It's about actually becoming the version of yourself who already has what you want. You got to embody it.
So it's not passive at all. You can't just sit around and wish for a new job. You have to believe you deserve it, feel the excitement, A&D, actually update your resume, network, put yourself out there.
Yeah, you got to take action.
Yeah.
But I know some people think it's all just pseudoscience.
Yeah. Is there any real science behind manifestation? Or is it all just positive thinking mumbo jumbo?
Well, some folks might call it woo-woo, but there's actually real neuroscience at play. Have you ever heard of the reticular activating system, or the RAS?
Not really.
It's basically a filter in your brain that helps you focus on things that are important. Think about when you buy a new car, like a red one. Suddenly, you see red cars everywhere. It's not that there are suddenly more red cars. It's just that your brain is primed to notice them now.
Oh, so you're saying that if we focus on our goals, we're more likely to spot opportunities related to them.
Yeah, exactly. And get this. Studies show that practicing gratitude and visualization can actually have a real impact on your brain. When you visualize yourself achieving your goals, it releases dopamine, the feel-good hormone.
So just by imagining myself succeeding, my brain gets a hit of happy chemicals.
Yeah,
Wow. So it's not just in my head, it's a physiological response.
exactly. And feeling good and motivated makes you more likely to take action, so it creates this positive feedback loop.
Okay, that's fascinating. It seems like there's more to this than I initially thought. But for our listeners who want to try this out, how do we actually put this into practice? What are the steps to manifest something?
Well, one of the sources we have outlines a 4-step framework. First, you need clarity.
Clarity.
Yeah, being crystal clear about what you want. So instead of just wishing for more money, you need to be specific about how much, what you'll do with it, how it'll make you feel.
Makes sense. But what if you're trying to manifest something that's not tangible, like let's say confidence?
Yeah.
How do you get clarity with something like that?
Great question. Even with intangible desires, you can still define what they look like in your life. Think about how you'd act if you were more confident, what situations you'd handle differently. Paint a picture.
So you're basically saying that you need to visualize how that feeling would show up in your everyday life.
Precisely. The next step is visualization and, this is important, feeling.
Feeling.
Yeah. It's not enough to just see yourself in your dream job. You have to feel the satisfaction, the pride, really immerse yourself in the experience.
Okay, so I'm not just watching myself get that promotion, I'm actually feeling the emotions that come with it.
Yeah.
I bet this is where a lot of people get stuck, though. What if you can't shake those doubts that creep in?
Well, that's where the third step comes in. Aligned action. This is where you take tangible steps to move you closer to your goal.
Okay, so even if I'm trying to manifest something internal, like inner peace, I can't just meditate and hope for the best. I have to take real-world actions that support that.
You got it. Let's say you're manifesting that new job. You'd be updating your resume, networking, maybe practicing your interview skills. It's about showing the universe you're serious about this by taking concrete steps that match your intention.
So it's about effort, not just wishing. Got it. What's the final step then?
The final step is letting go.
Wait, what? Let go? After all that work?
Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
But once you've clarified your desire, visualized it, and started taking action, you kind of have to release your grip on the outcome.
Isn't that like giving up, though?
Not at all. It's about trusting the process and not getting obsessed with it. It's like planting a seed. You water it, give it sunlight, but you don't keep digging it up every day to see if it's sprouted, right?
Yeah.
You trust it'll grow.
I see. So you're saying it's about surrendering control and trusting that the universe is working behind the scenes, even if we can't see it happening yet.
Exactly. Clinging too tightly can actually create resistance. It's about having faith.
Okay, letting go. That's got to be the hardest part. How do you actually quiet that inner voice that keeps telling you this is never going to work?
Oh, yeah, that inner critic, everyone's got one. It's definitely a struggle to stay consistent, and,
Yeah.
those doubts are going to pop up. But one thing that can help is creating a routine.
A routine.
Yeah, something that, like, reinforces your practice, maybe daily affirmations or gratitude journaling. Some people find meditation helps. Anything that keeps you in that positive headspace.
Okay, so you're basically training your brain to focus on the good stuff, not the negative. Makes sense. But what if you're trying to manifest something big, like a major career change, and it feels like absolutely nothing is happening? How do you deal with hitting that wall?
You got to remember, manifestation isn't instant magic, right? It takes time, and there will be ups and downs. Sometimes it helps to, like, look inward.
Look inward.
Yeah, see if there are any limiting beliefs you're holding on to that might be sabotaging you. A lot of times we have these beliefs that are so deep-rooted, we don't even realize they're there.
So it's not just about thinking positive. It's about uncovering those hidden beliefs that might be holding us back. But how do you even, like, figure out what those beliefs are?
Pay attention to how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
What are the messages you're sending yourself throughout the day? If it's all, I'm not good enough or I'll never be able to afford that, you're basically creating an energy that repels what you want.
So it's like trying to tune into your favorite radio station, but there's just static blasting in the background.
Exactly.
Okay, so first you have to become aware of it, but then what? How do you actually change those negative thought patterns?
You have to consciously replace them with empowering beliefs.
Yeah.
So instead of, I'm not good enough,
Yeah.
you say, I am capable and worthy. It might feel weird at first, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You're literally rewriting your story.
Wow, that's powerful stuff. It's a good reminder that we actually have the power to choose our thoughts and, like, shape our reality. But one thing I've always wondered about is the role of action. Some people say manifestation is all about mindset, while others emphasize taking concrete steps. What's the truth?
Well, it's not an either situation, it's both. Your mindset and your actions work together. It's like your thoughts and feelings are the energy and your actions are the momentum. You're partnering with the universe.
So I can't just sit on the couch, visualize my dream life, and expect it to just show up.
Nope. You got to meet the universe halfway. You got to put in the effort.
So how do we know what actions to take?
It's all about aligned action. So if you're manifesting a new job, updating your resume would be aligned action. If you're manifesting inner peace, maybe it's creating a meditation space or starting that gratitude journal we were talking about.
It's about supporting your intention with concrete steps, showing the universe you're serious. But okay, I have to be honest, there's still a part of me that's, a little skeptical. Do you have any real-life examples of this stuff actually working?
Oh, for sure. One of our sources talks about a client who manifested moving abroad. She was, like, stuck in a rut, really wanted a fresh start. So she got super clear about what she wanted, like down to the specific country she wanted to live in.
Okay, and then what?
And then she started visualizing herself, living there, exploring, making new friends, really feeling it.
So she was already living the dream in her mind.
Yeah, but she didn't stop there. She started taking aligned action, started learning the language, researched job opportunities, even networked with people who'd already made the move.
Wow.
Within a year, she landed a remote job that let her move to her dream country.
That's amazing. It proves that it's not just wishful thinking. It's about backing up those powerful thoughts with real-world actions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is just one example, though. People have used manifestation to achieve all kinds of things, big and small.
Our sources did mention starting small to kind of build up your manifestation muscles, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like manifesting a parking spot when you're running late.
Oh, I love that one.
Right. Or maybe it's having a smooth commute or like the perfect cup of coffee. Little wins like that build your confidence and reinforce your belief in the whole process.
Yeah, it's like anything new, you got to start small. Like you wouldn't sit down at a piano for the first time and try to play Chopin. Okay, we've covered a lot so far. I bet our listeners are dying to hear about some specific techniques they can use to really level up their manifestation game. What else did our sources have to say about that? So we've talked about the basics, but our sources mentioned some more advanced techniques. What can you tell us about those?
Well, one that really stands out is using the energy of the new moon.
The new moon.
Yeah. It's a time for new beginnings, kind of like a cosmic reset. Setting your intentions during this time can really boost your manifestation game.
Okay, that sounds interesting, but how do you actually harness that energy? Is there, like, some big ritual you have to do?
No, no, it's actually pretty simple. On the night of the new moon, just take some time to think about your goals, write them down, but write them as if they've already happened.
Oh, I see.
Use clear and specific language, and really important, feel the emotions that come with achieving those goals.
So you're basically planting those intentions, like seeds, when the energy is super fertile, and letting the new moon kind of amplify their growth.
That's a great way to put it. Our sources also talk about something called scripting.
Scripting.
Yeah, it's kind of like journaling,
Hmm.
but you write about your desired outcome as if it's already your reality. Present tense, all that.
So instead of writing, I want to travel the world, I'd write something like, I'm so grateful for all these amazing adventures I'm having traveling the world.
Exactly. And really try to get into the feeling of it as you're writing.
Yeah.
Feel the joy, the gratitude. You're basically creating a movie script for your dream life.
That's a cool way to think about it. But, let's be honest. Even when you're doing all the right things, sometimes life just throws you a curveball. What about those times when it feels like no matter how hard you try, things just aren't working out?
You're right, there will always be obstacles. That's just part of being human. But I think it's important to remember that challenges aren't always a bad thing.
Oh,
Yeah, sometimes those roadblocks can actually be opportunities. They might lead you to something even better than you originally imagined.
so it's not always a straight line from point A to point B.
Nope.
There are detours along the way. But how do you stay positive when it feels like everything's going wrong?
Well, one of the most important things is to cultivate a positive mindset. I know it sounds cliche, but your thoughts really do create your reality.
Oh, yeah, we've all heard that one.
But it's true.
Yeah.
If you're always focusing on the negative, you're basically inviting more negativity in. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So even when things are tough, you have to look for the good, find that silver lining.
Exactly. It's about choosing to see the good, even in challenging situations. And that helps you stay aligned with the energy of what you're trying to manifest.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about when you're feeling totally lost? Like you've hit a wall and you don't know what to do next?
Sometimes the best thing to do is just ask for guidance.
Guidance. From who?
Well, not necessarily from a person. It could be from your intuition, from the universe, whatever feels right to you.
So it's about letting go of the need to control everything and trusting that there's a bigger plan.
Yeah. And you might be surprised where that guidance comes from. It could be a book you stumble upon, a conversation with a friend. The universe is always talking to us. We just got to be open to hearing it.
So it's about paying attention to the signs, trusting your gut, and having the courage to follow it. Well, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive into manifestation. We explored the principles, the techniques, the challenges, and of course, the successes.
It's been a fun conversation. I hope our listener feels inspired and ready to put all this into practice.
Remember, everyone, manifestation isn't magic. It's about aligning your energy with your desires, taking action, and trusting the process.
You are powerful creators. Don't forget that.
So keep exploring these ideas, experiment, play around, and see what you can manifest.
And who knows, you might just surprise yourself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.